Okay, here we have a question. Jessica had £500 in the bank and she kept them there for 6 months. The bank paid 2% interest. How much money did Jessica have when she took her money out to buy a computer? Well, important to remember is that when the bank tells you what interest rate they have, they actually mean interest rate per year, but they don't often say it. So that's per year. So if Jessica was to leave her money in for a whole year, she would get 2%, but she's actually only leaving it in for 6 months, so she will get half of the interest. So which formula should we be using for this? This is the irksome formula. This is IRK. Interest rates can be quite irksome. So again, we've got the little percentage sign in this corner. So what do we know then? Well, we know that I is the amount of interest we're going to get, and that's what we're actually trying to work out, the amount of money that the bank is going to pay her. So we're trying to work out interest. We're trying to work out how much interest she's going to get, so we cover over interest with our thumb, and then we realise it's the interest rate multiplied by the capital. The amount of interest that she's going to get is going to be the interest rate multiplied by the amount of capital that she had. Capital is the amount of money that she had in the bank. The interest rate we actually have to change again. Always in these calculations we have to have it in decimal form or in fraction form. Let's do it in fraction form. 2% is 2/100ths multiplied by the capital which she had, which was £500. Okay, so her amount of interest is going to be 2/100ths times 500. So we have a 0 here at the end and a 0 there at the end. So we can cancel those two zeros. How does that actually work? Well, think of it like this, that we've got 2 times 5 times 100. Here's our 500 divided by 1 times 100. 100 divided by 100 is 1. So that's why I'm actually cancelling these zeros. I'm not actually cancelling them, I'm just rearranging it so that it's hundreds divided by hundreds, which is going to give us no. So this would be the amount of interest that she would get paid by the bank per year. And that's 2 times 5, so that's £10 per year. So for 6 months, she would get paid 10 times 6 months, 6 out of 12, which is the same as a half, so it'd be 10 times 0.5. Keep forgetting to put that multiply signs in, they're different in English. Okay, so we'd get 10 times a half, which would be £5. For 6 months. So the amount of interest that Jessica would get would be £5. So the bank would repay the £500 that she originally put in plus the £5 of interest, which would be equal to £505. So when Jessica removed her money from the bank to pay for her computer, she would have £505. That would be very different to if she actually took a text loan from her phone or something like that. Let's say that she actually wanted to borrow £500 to pay for that computer. And let's say that she borrowed that money for 2 years. A text loan that you can get on your phone, they're often approximately 49.5% per year. So it's again the same formula, IRK we're trying to work out what the interest rate is. So the interest would be the percentage rate multiplied by the capital. So the amount of interest that she would pay, and she's paying it for 2 years, it would be 2 times the percentage rate, which is 49.5%, which is 49.5 100ths, multiplied by £500, which is the capital, percentage rate times the capital. 100 goes 5 times into 500, so here we just get 5 if we divided 500 by 100. So we've got 2 times 49.5 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10, so we've got 10 times 49.5, which is 495. So the interest for both years equals £495. So when she's ready to pay off her loan, then after the 2 years is up, she would have to pay first the £500 that she borrowed plus the £495 for interest. So repayment would be in total £995, 500 plus 495. So she'd have to pay £995. So you can see there's an enormous difference here. When you're borrowing money, you're paying back often an enormously high interest rate, especially with tax loans or credit card loans. You're paying very much percentage per year. But if you put your money into the bank, then you're often getting only like 2% interest. But when you're borrowing money, they want you to pay 30, 40, 50% interest. And that's why it's very important that we understand percentages and how they work, so that we don't get ripped off by banks. Save your money before you buy something, and don't borrow from loan sharks, basically. Good luck with your percentage calculations.